We are back for more Meat Boy. We are back with more horrible customer stories or horrible Toby stories. Let's keep this train of meat rolling. So, one of the more memorable moments I can think of right now is shit. the shit moment, of course. One of my many jobs, along with the Ollie's job I was talking about in the other video, is I used to work at Circuit City. If you don't know what Circuit City is, it's because it's been bankrupt and closed for a couple years. If you know what it is, cool. Either way, basically Circuit City was the big competitor for Best Buy for a long time. They basically sold the same things, but it was around the same time when I guess Best Buy was getting huge and Circuit City was falling apart. I gotta learn the time on that, I guess. But so when I worked at Circuit City, how the fuck did this the first time? I started off as just I want to say it was PST was the name of the department, or EST or ENT or something. But basically it was, that better still count as a fucking win. But let's see, that hurts so far. Basically, I mean, when I started doing this doesn't make a difference, but basically it was just stock. Like, hey, we're running low on CDs. Hey, re-alphabetize all the video games. Hey, do useless, horrible things for like $7 an hour. Oh shit, I didn't even notice that. But as the champion of the people that I am, I slowly worked my way up to both the entertainment department manager and the lead PC technician. And both of these prestigious titles of a 23, 24-year-old in a management role, of course, leads to good times because, I mean, pretty much the whole, like, not upper management, but there was department managers and shit like that there. When you have people that are kids in charge of things, of course, that's when nonsense starts to happen. Shit, that's fine, I like those levels anyway. Let's drink it. So, the first story we're going to discuss is one of my favorite rage-inducing moments that I ever did to somebody. And the second story is going to be one of the happiest times I remember ever making somebody at a crappy job. So, one of the rules that we had when the PC technician shit was going on, it was called Fire Dog, for those that remember. Why it's called Fire Dog, I have no idea. It's a really fucking stupid name for a technology thing. Like, Best Buy had Geek Squad, and if you're going to call someone that was like, I could probably fix your computer for you, as someone that does computer shit for a living even, and hates the term, I mean, the channel's called Girls Heart Geeks, so me saying I hate the term is probably a weird statement, but it's just a funny play on that, I guess. But if I was going to call somebody to fix a computer thing for me, I would lean towards a thing that has geek in the name, with people that dress up in, like, kind of suit and ties, but not really. I would call them and be like, hey, do you know how to fix my computer? Do you know how to get rid of a virus? Versus a company that rocked bright green polo shirts and was like, we're Fire Dog. Because if I walk down the street, shit, I thought I jumped off there. If I walk down the street, not even today, obviously, 2014, if I walk down the street, back when it was even a thing, and I was like, I work for Fire Dog, I'm a Fire Dog technician, you would think, what the fuck is wrong with this kid? Or does he clean pets for a living? Or anything as far away as fucking possible of the realm of computer fixer guy. But that opened up down there. I'm not a fan. So, in general, the name Fire Dog, horrible fucking idea. Probably why the store went out of business. I can neither confirm nor deny. Anyway, so, oh shit, I finished another one. But we're gonna keep going. 2 Dark Worlds done. Time to go to number 3. This is not as hard as I remember it, but I'm going to regret those words real fucking soon, probably, as this game escalates, I'm sure. So let's see. So the one of the when you were a salesperson at Best Buy, or I'm sure any of those type of places, your main job is not to sell the TV or the computer in this case. it is to sell accessories because you make all the money off the accessories. The store makes maybe $100 off the TV, but they also make $100 off that. Can I fucking jump through that middle? So I'm getting mad now. The store makes nothing off the TV. I can do that. But they do make a shitload off of. Where's that key? Up top. Oh, okay. Sorry for getting sidetracked. The $100 monster cable with the $80 markup, that's where the money is made. So when you're in the TV department, you're trying to sell home installs. When you're in the technology department, you're trying to sell computer installs or PC installs. Like, let us set up your computer for you. And when I say set up the computer, I mean uninstall the random bullshit that comes on a PC. It has nothing to do with like, oh, we're gonna tune it up for you. We're gonna clean it up. We're gonna make it blazing fast out of the box. And all we did was like start Windows, do the Windows setup process, and erase the random bullshit programs that were on there. This is a ripoff. It's the one thing I always fucking hated about all these types of jobs I had. I don't like lying to people. Oh, well, do I need you? Do I need to spend $120 on you setting up my PC for me? I mean, no, you don't. I am sure you are while there is incapable people who probably do need help, I am sure most people are capable of turning the PC on, clicking next, and handling that shit themselves. But anyway, I digress because that's not the point of the story. So when I was the lead technician, it was my job all day to call, do repairs, bullshit like that. And it was the technology team's job to sell the installs for me. It was their thing to be like, hey, you know, you need us to set up your PC for you. Oh, come back and meet Toby. This is the guy who's going to be doing it. All that sorts of happy horse shit. So the one day, there was this girl there that was always kind of a bitch, didn't really like. And I guess to make her sale, she promised this dude, like, hey, you know, if you spend $120 for us to set up this programs for you, you can have an hour of the technician's time to come back and he'll teach you how to use your computer, walk you through everything, bullshit like that. So the one day this guy called, I set up to do his computer for him. I call him, I'm like, hey, you know, your computer's ready, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, I'm gonna come in now and you're going to give me my hour of training time. And I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. Please explain. Start doing that happy horseshit conversation. And he's like, well, the girl that sold me the computer told me that you would sit down with me for an hour and teach me how to use my computer. And I was like, unfortunately, sir, we don't have the staff to do that right now. I'm not going to do that for you. And he's like, well, if you're not going to do that, I don't want the computer anymore. I'm returning it. And it starts one of my favorite verbal battles of all time. The guy says, well, you know, if you're not going to help me, I want you to uninstall everything you did. I just want the computer, and that's the end of it. And I was like, sure, that's fine, but just so you know, there's no returns on labor. Like, we will return the computer for you. That's not that big of a deal. But you're out the $100-some for labor. This, of course, enrages the person, which, I mean, it probably would anybody. But he signed a contract, so fuck him. I'm probably wasting my way to get back across this map right now, too. So the guy's like, well, if you're not going to do this for me, I'm going to return it. I said, well, you can return it, but you're not getting the labor back. He said, well, I most certainly am. I said, no, sir, you're not. You signed a contract or like a waiver. Like, you're not getting the money back. And he was like, well, and then this is what starts to get good. This is what starts to escalate to levels that I enjoy. He said, well, if you're going to do that, he's like, well, if I just call my credit card company, or I might be missing a little step in the middle. He basically gets mad enough. I'll explain it a better way, rather than me trying to paraphrase what this pissed off old dude started yelling about. He took it to the step of, well, if you're not going to return it for me, I'm just going to call my credit card company and do a chargeback, and you're going to return it for me anyway then. And I said, sir, if you really want to call your credit card company to do a chargeback, you're more than welcome to do that with your own time. I said, however, you're not going to get your labor back. We're not going to return it for you. The installation was done. This is just how it's going to be. And he's like, you have quite some mouth on you. And he starts yelling at me. And I just keep repeating, like, sir, you signed the thing. I'm not returning it for you. I'm not trying to be smart with you, even though I kind of was at that point. I was like, you're just not getting it back. I said, if you want to call your credit card company and do a chargeback, You go right ahead. If you want to tip, if you want to return it, you go right ahead. You're not getting your money back for the labor. You can do whatever you want to do. And he gets so pissed to the point where he busts out one of my favorite lines of all time. And he says, "You're poking the lion in the cage." And I just started laughing hysterically on the telephone at this dude who was so mad about his stupid fucking maybe I understand why, but I don't. He was so mad that he starts threatening me with, "You're poking the lion in the cage, it's gonna be a problem, blah, blah, blah." I, of course, come back with the, "Sir, I'm not poking the lion in the cage. I just think you're being ridiculous right now. You know, it is what it is." Basically, shut up and deal with it. Of course, not using those terms, because I am a wonderful customer service employee. But he gets mad enough where he goes, "Well, how about this?" He's like, "I'm gonna come and get my laptop, and I'm gonna come find you." And, I mean, this dude at that point sounds a little crazy. I mean, obviously pissed off, but a little crazy. And I legit feel a little threatened at this point because I had, oh shit, okay, this might be good. I now have this random person who I don't know on the telephone saying they're gonna come find me at my place of business. So I say, "Sir, now you're threatening me. I'm hanging up the phone. Goodbye." I hang up the phone on him, and everyone, all the employees that were working with me, just stare at me. And I was like, "What? He threatened me." And everyone just starts laughing, and they're like, "Holy shit, I can't believe you just did that to that guy." And I was like, "I don't care. Like, the rule here is you paid for the labor, you're not getting it back." Like, I wasted an hour or two of my time fucking around with this dude's computer, and I don't care if someone fucking promised him something that was a bullshit lie or not. Like, I'm not responsible for this shit. I'm not gonna fucking put up with it. I don't know where the exit is here. So, of course, I mean, obviously, the dude calls back immediately, and I just tell my actual manager, I'm like, "Look, this is the thing." I said, "I'm not talking to the guy, he fucking threatened me. I don't care if he was just mad, bullshit, whatever." I was like, "I'm not dealing with it." So, the other person that was on duty picks up the new phone call with the lion in the cage, who's extremely extra aggravated right now, and tries to talk to him, makes up some bullshit excuse because this kid was kind of a pussy when it was just like, take the timid approach, which I don't really respect, to be honest with you. I mean, there's better ways of dealing with certain things than just completely bending over and taking it, kind of thing. But so he's like, no, if you come in, I'll figure out whoever sold you the computer in the first place, and I'll make arrangements with them to have them teach you and all sort of bullshit. And I was like, "Just so you know, I'm not waiting for this dude." I was like, "I'm going home now because I'm not going to be here when this crazy motherfucker comes in and tries to find me." So I got to leave work early that day too. But I will always remember, I guess in summary, I will always remember the lion in the cage story. And this episode has been one long ramble of a story. So if I don't finish this in the next couple tries, we will do this She level more tomorrow with another story about Circuit City. Alright, fuck it. Guys, tomorrow, more of this. More stories. Lates.